Hi guys, thank you so much for clicking on this video and welcome back to a quick live update. I don't even know if I'm ready to pick up the camera and say anything to you guys. Like but yeah, I started vlogging here and there, and I also just feel like it won't make sense to just come back up here and be like nothing happened, or like we just never left. It wouldn't be right for us to do so. So I thought I'll do a quick live update, and then we can get back into business. Yeah guys, I don't know. Yo, my god, you know, I actually get so emotional talking about the season that I've just walked out of, because it just reminds me of God's faithfulness, how God is so kind, how he's just so intentional to us. And really guys, I don't know where I would have been without God. Yeah. I promise you I'm not going to cry. There's no way I'm crying on camera. Okay, so yeah, this season was really a lot. Okay, so now we are in August. June was a very hectic month for us. So the last video I posted was a video that I did when we went to the Kalahari Anip Lodge in the south. I did a short vlog. It was just after our wedding anniversary, and May was a bit busy with a lot of work, and towards the end of May I drove to Ochivarango. That's where we are from, and I just felt in my heart that I needed to go clean up my mom's graveside. I went to go visit family members, just loving on people, just, you know. And I actually, Simba couldn't go, I took the kids and then I went with the kids. Now I did a short vlog on that. I don't know how I'm gonna be able to incorporate the editing. If you do not see those pictures and videos and stuff as part of this video, then it will probably come up as a vlog. I think we'll do I'll see how I can edit. Most probably a vlog on its own, or most probably as part of this video. So we went to Ochivarango. Owen has been very much into dinosaurs, and he's been talking about crocodiles, and it was just a week before his birthday, and we had his birthday party planned the next weekend. So the weekend before his birthday party, I took Hope and Owen. The three of us drove to Ochivarango, had a good time, went to go sleep in this really nice place. I just laughed on the kids. I spoiled them, and Simba couldn't come along because of his studies. And a Sunday morning I woke up, went to go clean my mom's grave, went to go put for her fresh flowers, and you know, just the normal stuff that I do when I miss my mom. And that was on Sunday. I drove back from Ochivarango to Windhoek, and yeah, the week just started normal. Monday went back to work, and it was just going like the way it's supposed to. And on Thursday morning, both Owen and I woke up not so well that day. Owen woke up very emotional. I was going through a lot of stress at the time, and I do know the underlying factor, the underlying factor that was causing the stress. I'm not gonna mention it now because yeah. So Thursday morning we woke up on the 5th of June, and Owen was crying the whole way when we drove. Like, so Hope and Simba drove out together in the morning, and then myself, Fina, and Owen drove out after Hope and Simba in two different cars. So Owen was crying because he wanted to close the door. I thought he's been referring to the car door. He was crying, he was screaming, he was throwing the biggest tantrum he's ever thrown because of a door that he couldn't close. And I don't know what he was talking about. I thought it was the car door, but I don't know, he probably meant he wanted to lock the house door on his own. We initially just ignored him, thinking it's something that's gonna stop. We dropped off Fina at school. And then Owen and I proceeded. My child literally cried from Elisa name to all the way to Olympia. The whole way, Owen cried non-stop. When we got to Owen's school, I just comforted him the whole way. I was just praying to, like, God, just keep me calm, just keep me calm, because now I'm with a toddler that's throwing a tantrum and I need to drive because I'm late for work, right? Try to keep calm. When we got to his school, I think I convinced them with something, or me, I have this thing that I do with Owen. Like, if he's not stopping with his things, I either threaten him or I convince him with something, or like I just promise him something, that I'm gonna bring him something really nice, depending on what he likes that time of, like, depending on what he likes in that season, maybe like custard or donut, whatever. I promise him something and then I get what I want, and then the tantrum stops. So that's what I did. But you could see, man, he was just like, he was baie heilerig, man, baie heilerig. And then when I dropped him off at school, I just explained to the teacher to say, listen, I don't know, he's having a hard morning. I don't know what triggered his tantrum, but please extend some grace to him. And yeah, just let me know how he's doing during the day, if he's still, because I've never seen my child break down like that. It was so terrible, so terrible. Like, if I could drive home, I would have just done that. And I dropped him off, and Owen being Owen, I think he just calmed down, played with the kids. I went to work and I went to go sit until 11 o'clock. I just felt bad. Like, I can't even explain how I was feeling, guys. I had a headache, I was feeling faint, I was feeling dizzy, and I've ended up in hospital from work before, so I wanted to avoid the whole commotion of ending up in a hospital straight from work. Like, it doesn't look nice. So then I was like, let me just go see my doctor while I'm still, okay. So I informed the people and I left, I think around 11:30 or so. Simba picked me up and then I left my car. No, I actually drove to his place, Fabrice, Simba's best friend's workplace. We went to go drop off the one car with Fabrice, and then Simba Simba picked me from there, and then we picked up Owen from school, and then the three of us went. I went to the doctor, and my blood pressure was like extremely high. I did mention to the doctor the things that I was faced with and what was triggering the blood pressure, and he was just like, no, I think you need to take some time off to just rest. He was like, I'm gonna book you off for a full week, and then you have to come back on Monday, and then we see how it is. And then he put me on medication. So my blood pressure was extremely high. Like, I can't disclose the number now, but it was like really high. If you Google it, it's giving hypertension vibes. That's how high my blood pressure was. So he booked me off for the whole week. That was on a Thursday. So I was booked off up until the following week. And Thursday, I still wasn't feeling well. Simba dropped me off at home with Owen. And then I just asked Owen's auntie and Hopi to take care of Owen. Like, no, it was actually Fina and Hopi. I just asked them to take care of Owen. I took my medication and I tried to take a nap, but he kept coming into my room like, Mama, are you feeling better? Baby's kisses heal. We have this thing that's going on, like whenever he's sad or whenever he's having like a sore or something, I kiss him and I'm like, Mama's kisses heal. So then he kept coming back. It's like, baby's kisses heal. I'm like, no, I'm feeling better now, baby, don't worry about me and whatnot. But he kept coming back, so I couldn't fall asleep. But I just didn't feel well. Like, my whole body was just, and before that, on the Wednesday, my stomach was in knots. Like, I can't just explain the feeling. Like, I wasn't just feeling well. It was like anxiety, stress. I don't know. I was very uneasy, right? And I just feel like a person's body knows these things, man. Oh, I don't know how to explain it. Anyway, so I tried to take a nap. I couldn't. And then um I called my friend Poppy. Poppy's my bestie. We are always on the phone. Like, I spend a lot of time with Poppy on the phone. We always talk. So I called her, and then while I was on the phone with her, I got dressed, and then I went for a walk around our area. I was like, let me just maybe take a 30-minute walk. Maybe I'll feel better. And then I got dressed and I got up and I went for a walk. But then she's like, no, but you're saying you're feeling dizzy and whatnot. But I just pushed myself. So I went for a walk, a slow walk, which actually ended up taking me 45 minutes to start and to come back from the, to finish the walk that usually takes me less than 30 minutes. Took me 45 minutes. Came home, undressed, and then I was about to take a shower. And that was now past 8 in the evening, between 8 and 9. Or was it just a bit after 9? While I'm on the call with Poppy, my youngest brother, we call him Uncle Mike, the last one, calls me. And he says, we are taking Buddha to the hospital. He doesn't have pulse and he's not breathing. And then I was like thinking now, so listen, I have 4 brothers, one younger than me, 3 older. I had okay, I never want to count my siblings, guys. I never want to count my siblings. Guys, we said no tears, ne? No tears on YouTube. So then he's like, no, we are taking Buddha to the hospital. He has no pulse and he's not breathing. So then I have 2 older brothers that I keep saying I have. Yeah, I'm gonna say have for now because the past tense thing is gonna be a challenge. So I was like, okay. So I was now wondering which of the 2, because my oldest brother and then the 3rd one left in Wolfish Bay at the time. And then while I wanted to ask which Buddha, I hear the voice of my oldest brother in the background asking which Buddha. Then I'm like, then it definitely just means the one I follow. So what could it be? Like, what exactly happened? Because we just spoke the day before yesterday and it was okay. He didn't even complain about anything. We just had a normal conversation. And then my oldest brother asked, which Buddha are you referring to? And then I'm like, I'm now realizing that it's a conference call. And I don't know how my youngest brother added all of us on a conference call so quick. And apparently there was a car that was parked at the place where, so he left with my 3rd brother and my youngest brother left together. So there was a car that was parked at the house. The people that were visiting, the neighbors or the landlords, had a car. So then my youngest brother asks them that they just get taken to the hospital now, him and my brother. And they get to so when he calls me, my heart sank, guys. I thought I was ready for this video, but I'm not going to cry. Okay, I'm not gonna pause this video and film it on another day, probably because it will go the same way. So I'd rather just finish filming it. Excuse my red eyes. I thought I was ready, but clearly not. And I also excuse me if I'm not looking directly into the camera. I need to like gather my thoughts properly. So it's like, no. So okay, my heart sunk. I ended the call and Simba was in class, like he had evening classes. So then I'm like, Poppy, I'm gonna call you back. So then I had initially, when my brother called me, I asked Poppy to hold, because we usually do that. Whenever a call comes in, we hold. No, I'll call you back. I'm on the phone with someone, and then we continue our conversation. That's how the 2 of us roll. Like, Poppy, I'm gonna call you back. And I just ended the call. And then I'm like, okay, what did he just say? What happened? Like, apparently Kamavat. Like, then I call him back. I'm like, what are you guys saying? And then he just repeated what he said while he was talking to me. the nurses and stuff were talking to him in the background, asking, how are the two of you guys related, and all of that stuff. And he was then explaining to say that no, I'm his younger brother and whatnot. And then while he was talking to the nurses, he just ended the call. Oh, I started praying, but I was also screaming. I'm like, it cannot be, Lord, please. Yeah, then my brother called back and he's like, he didn't make it. I was like, what do you mean? No, he didn't make it. Buddha passed away. So the saddest thing about, so now life update number 1, I lost my brother, someone that was so dear to me, someone I so dearly loved. And the saddest thing about this is, like, it was sudden death. He was sitting, having a conversation, having dinner, just having a normal chat, making jokes, and then the next minute, he doesn't have pulse and he's not breathing. So it was something really, really hard for us to process. And after that, Simba and I started packing that night. I'll try to insert a few pictures. We started packing that night. I think I cried from Thursday night up until the Friday morning. I don't even remember like sleeping at all. Didn't sleep at all. And Simba was trying to put things together, because I was like, we actually need to drive that same night. So after I just got the news, Simba was like walking into our room from the corridor, and I was like, oh, thank you, Jesus. But then he just heard me screaming and stuff, and then he definitely knew that something was up. And he didn't even ask a lot of questions. I don't remember saying this to Simba. I don't know how he picked up. I don't know. Or maybe he was told. I don't know. I don't know how he picked up. And then he started packing, and then was supposed to drive that same night. Yeah. Was supposed to drive that same night, but we couldn't, because the kids, Hope and Fina, were both riding exams the Friday morning. And then I'm like, Owen, like, and Saturday was Owen's birthday. So my brother passed away on the 5th, and Owen's birthday is on the 7th. So then now I was like, okay, do we now leave Owen? We can't leave. Who's he gonna stay with? Because both the girls are riding exams. So we had to make a few arrangements to get the house in order, and we packed that night. Simba packed, I don't even remember what he packed. I just like put in whatever you can. It's winter, pack warm clothes. It's Wolfish Bay. We are driving, and then we drove the next morning. Early in the morning, I had to go sort out a few things. I had some stuff from the office that I needed to take back. I took back that. I think at 6 o'clock we were already at my workplace. 6 o'clock went there, did a lot of things that I needed to sort out in the morning. And then we drove to Wolfish Bay. We're supposed to go write out the death certificate and stuff, but thank God for Osita Masi and Maro Itide, like those two ladies, and Omaro Lucretia, and everybody else really that came through for us. They live in Swakopmund, and then were on the phone most of the time. They went to Wolfish Bay. They went to go sort out the death certificate with my oldest brother and his wife, Ose Alena Puturola. Yeah, they went to go sort out the death certificate and stuff. So when we arrived the Friday, we arrived, I think, in the afternoon. We were supposed to go to the mortuary to go see the body and stuff, but I wasn't ready. So we just went around, just meetings after meetings. And I think Friday started with the meetings, Saturday went into meetings, and then from there we jumped straight into the funeral planning. And then that was that. So life update number 1, I lost my brother, guys, and there's just no way that just like now, you see, I wasn't even ready, but then I'm picking up the camera to talk about these things. How do you there's just no way we will be able to come back up here and just can't be all jolly dolly when we have so much to deal with. I went for the funeral. came back from the funeral. I'll insert a clip just shortly after I say what I'm saying now. Went for the funeral, came back from the funeral on a I think on a Sunday, Monday. I went back to work immediately on a Tuesday, and I was locked in by grief, like so badly. I was locked in by grief, guys, like so badly. Like, you know, when let's watch that. I've been meaning to document this season, guys, but it's hectic. I was telling my husband that this is the most devastating season that I've ever been met with my entire life. I don't know how to handle this, but God is faithful. So I lost my brother last week, Thursday. It was just a sudden death thing. Got a phone call from the youngest brother that about the incident, and since then we've just been trying to get ourselves together, trying to pull the weight to get together and to do the planning for the memorials and for the funeral. Today marks a week and a day after his passing, and we have the first memorial service tomorrow. I went to the mortuary yesterday to go see his body, and I haven't felt like that in my entire life. Now, this is coming from someone who's lost a mother, and I realized that what's different about grief is that you're gonna grieve for every person differently. The way I grieved for my mom is not the way I'm grieving for my brother. My mother was sick. I got to take care of her. I got to see her on her last days. She got to comfort me because she was saying that I will not be there to comfort you when I pass away. But nothing and no one ever prepares us for the death of a sibling. It's just different. It's really different, and yeah. But I'm so grateful for the love and support that my friends, family have shown. Our cousins, our friends, Simba's friends, Simba's family, everybody's just coming together to pull the weight. So, been the most hectic season, but I decided to still document this, not just for the internet, but for me to be able to look back to this and reaffirm myself and to just reassure myself that I'm indeed strong and that God strengthens us. So I'll see which parts of all of this I will include. Definitely not the funeral and stuff, but just documenting how I am going through this with the help of God and with my husband, friends, and family. So come along, and there's nothing to enjoy about this video. If I get to post it, that must be strength and courage that would lead me to post it. We are in Wolfish Bay. We came here after the incident and came to come sort out a few things, drove back to Windhoek, spend a week there sorting out the stuff for the funeral, and now we came back to Wolfish Bay yesterday, which was Friday. Today, Saturday, came back to Wolfish Bay because we went to prepare for the memorial service tomorrow. Yeah. And Simba has to go to church to go rehearse. I think he's taking care of the music with his friends for the memorial tomorrow, and I'll need to go to town to go buy clothes for the kids and sort out the refreshments with my cousins for tomorrow's memorial service. That's what I'll be up to today. Later on, I'll be making fat cakes, and yeah, the ladies will make soup on the fire. I'll make fat cakes because I've decided to honor my brother with my gift. My mother made fat cakes all her life, and it's something that I'm very good at. So I decided to honor my brother with my resources, with my time and my gift to celebrate his life. So that is why I'll be making fat cakes later on. So let's get going. The rest of the week just meant running errands and just making sure that everything was going smoothly. And just before the Wolfish Bay Memorial Service, we were informed that the wrath has been forgotten. So we quickly had to put together something. We didn't even get a chance to get ready for the memorial service. We ended up going just the way we were dressed. This is the Wednesday, the week of the funeral. We are in Ochivarango now. We're up and down sorting out the grave and all of that. Checked into a place and now we are changing rooms. Moving to a different room. This room is better. It has a lot of carpet space. Look. A person needs to settle in. We are here for a lot of days.
And what about the other room?
Did you say that because basically it only had literally this section. Just this.
Oh.
And I need to hang my dresses and stuff.
I mean, like the place was it away from the rest?
It's also just as expensive as this one. At least here there's a bathtub. If you want to relax, the shower is bigger. It's clean. Trust me and my husband to move it if you don't like it. Today is the final day of errands. We are going to get soup bones for the soup for tonight and build the grave out. I don't even know why I wore wheat now because wow. Je moet oppassen, joh. Ay, di kaya na rin abayo. Papi dapat yung karodia kung ay akaska. Uncle Derek and Uncle Mike and Uncle Paulki and Uncle Bradley. Hey. Complain man again, miss what the green ski roaches thing I think. Abay gira. Hey Derek. So today is the second memorial service. I was too busy on the first memorial that happened at the coast and I didn't do any recording or anything at that memorial. But yeah, today is the second memorial that's happening in Ochivarango and I'm dressed in my traditional attire in a Tamara dress. I think the look is not so well done, but it's still fine. I decided to pair it with a black and white head wrap because of culture. I'm not allowed to wear a black head wrap. You can only wear a black head wrap if you are a widow, so you can't wear. So I decided to pair it with a black and white head wrap, and I'm looking at myself in the mirror and I'm just reminded of my mom. My brother always reminded me that that I replaced his mom. He always looked up to me as though I was his mom, even though I was younger than him. And he always reminded me of that fact. And as I'm dressed in my traditional attire, I'm just reminded of the responsibility that I have. But also this dress reminds me so much of my mom. Oh guys, it's been a heavy 2 weeks. So my brother passed away on Thursday and today is Thursday of the second week, meaning 2 weeks ago. Please do not ask me why we took so long to have the burial. I think it's a very insensitive question to ask. Culture and other factors that determine the date of burial. So I'm waiting for the kids that are coming from Windhoek. My husband drove to the side of Kalkveld to go pick up my older brother. Something happened with the car that they were driving in. So one of our cars had to go that side to go pick them up. So yeah, I'll check in with you guys. Taiba se ibate, Taiba se ibate diku, Taiba se ibate, Taiba se ibate diku, homia se ibate, homia se ibate diku, homia se ibate, homia se ibate diku, Taiba se kaya no, kabire ose este.
Hope ke a ti ui au tida hui gare e tumasita maha ip ke tita khan hu e dinga twe ke tsi no sa kam kun wara kai tui ti omzap ke ibara kwa tibra hanu e sipti dagu e ip ding ons aroma kai tui de kam hainap ngadaka tu khavita hu I gare e au dide Sats dida chaha hui au sa kliba sen heipti sa kwas tira gira klai kaude Sats ke aizara ai komibade di ka kwen wanda muse Kawa eza haukui assets gerang hong wade titske di a chavisa ngan niskosera wangwa Kaisip tingami atske didaka ni ha widahang aib waba tida sa di winte diwade sa omi nganira an David di Salems as Amen.
Yeah, so came back to work and then I just jumped in, me being me. Simba says I have functional anxiety. I don't know what that means, but even if I'm going through things, for some reason I can keep going and I can keep going and I can keep going. I recently started going for therapy again, because me, guys, I just feel like you need to be intentional about healing. You need to be intentional about taking care of yourself physically, mentally. You need to be in a space where you need to embark on a healing journey. Like if you're coming out of a toxic relationship, toxic work culture, any of the stuff that do not align, that may have taken you out of character and stuff, it's just very intentional and it's the right thing to do to embark on a healing journey. So I specifically reached out to a therapist that deals with a lot of other things, but I was referred to the therapist by someone that needed to use her for healing from a loss of a loved one. So I started going for therapy, and my therapist was actually reminding me to say that you just keep going. You do not allow yourself an opportunity to just process things. Like after my brother passed away, I had to jump in to plan the funeral because I had to do it. I didn't have a choice. We had a lot of support, in all honesty, but yeah. And then after that I just came back to work, and then life continues as normal. Like I'll try to stay strong at work, but like 5 o'clock the moment I just step into my car, I'd break down and I'll cry all the way from Olympia to Elisanim. So that's just how it was. And I think within 4 days or so, I was also going through something else at work, and I was just like, you know what, I'm not doing this, and I resigned. So that's life update number 2. I resigned from work just like that, and I thank God. I didn't resign because of the loss of my brother. I need to say this. I've heard a lot of people say, no, maybe you made an emotional decision. No, I didn't make an emotional decision at all. My resignation had nothing to do with my brother's death. It was going to happen either way. Like really, it was going to happen. So I resigned from work, an opportunity that I'm entirely grateful for. Like I'm so grateful to God for having opened that door, but I also just believe that my time there has ended, so I resigned. And then yeah, there's just a lot that we've been processing, a lot that we've been dealing with. I was talking about therapy actually. So my therapist was saying that you keep going, you keep going, you keep going, and then you're trying to be strong, and then at some point it catches up with you, and then you break down. So allow yourself to grieve, you know. So yes, I've embarked on a healing journey. I'm healing from a lot of things. And I thank God for this season, guys. I'm in a better season. I'm not crying because I'm sad. Obviously the reminder of that loss is something that would still trigger me. I still cry for my mom that passed away like 10 years ago. So that's that life update. But other than that, we are well. Simba was also going through stuff like in his own personal life, which I cannot disclose now on camera. So we just have a lot, like we just had a lot to deal with. But yeah, guys, we say life with CL, and life with CL also means the jolly days and days like that. Even though we couldn't immediately let you in that space, I think that's what happened. And there's just no way, guys. We're just trying to get by. But God is faithful, God is good, you know, ne? Like being able to say that God is good, even in your locked in grief, like even when you are going through the loss of a loved one, that is different. That is different. I literally had to tell myself to say that this didn't happen because God wanted to do me bad. No. Yeah, but it's not easy. So that's that. I'll see you guys on a lighter note, on a better video. We are coming back on the streets of YouTube. Thank you guys for watching. If you've watched up until now, please do subscribe. My husband and I share our continuous love story on this channel. We share on the faithfulness of God, all things parenting, marriage, career type of content. It's you guys doing life with us, and life with us, things like this did happen, so we would just share that part with you. And yeah, we do a lot of homemaking. I can't wait to start the homemaking content. I actually have something coming up. I think a couple of videos from this one, you guys will see what I'm up to as part of my homemaking journey. Please do subscribe, like this video, and until next time, I'll see you guys. Toodles.